On last episode, we asked her if she painted all of it. And this time, it's all of it. This time, we will figure out if she actually did. And go. Yeah, okay, yep. She did paint it all, so yes. Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness. It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad. Oh, she'll get mad. I blush really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to... Oh no. I'm gonna sneeze. The right thing to say, if any. It feels that way. Feels that I'm way more sensitive about Green is, though. Okay. This is really awkward. Don't you want to ask? How do you paint without hands? See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet. I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do? You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is, but maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was using her feet to eat, I figured painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that at all, after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I wanted to see what it looks like in the dim light. Do you think it looks flat? Well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that flat, you know, flat. Some people are no substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few girls who... Wait, no, stop. What are you doing? I didn't finish that. Okay, whatever. Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell. I'm not that good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms, so I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders and then saying, "Suit yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the skies, trying to figure something up there. I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it gets too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp like the ones they have in the sports track, but there aren't any. Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help, though. It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems? Like, you know, those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe? Not that I know of. I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on the empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a wide brush between their toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypnotic-looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other and form a new, monotone hue. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or another. Finding different brushes is easy though, but mixing the paints to be the exact tone this girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last millimeter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at the best. Add half a splash of green. I crouch down and pick up the can of bright green. The other green, this green. Carefully pour some of the other green paint into the mixing bowl. No, that's almost a whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add? No idea. You're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corner of her mouth. Do you lack an opinion? No, it's just that I have no idea. It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white. With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to look like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dreams, but you can't remember it. What? Maybe it's yellow. Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on a plastered wall feels like magic. I spend the moment I have between mixing paints crouching down on the paving and just looking at her work. I feel slightly intrusive at first, but like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind at least the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us say a word for the longest time, and even those short discussions soon evolve into shorthanded, both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues, as if there were some needed to converse words and breathe a sound. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. It's so dark! Katawa Shoujo! Doopa-doopa doo-doo-doo. Beep beep, beep beep. The sound of an alarm pulls me out of my fitful slumber and into an unpleasant state of wakefulness. I hear that. I linger under the blankets for a few moments, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause. And the cultural shock still hasn't faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are going to let me get away with that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with all this talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise, swallow the morning medication, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempt from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any moment. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic-legged girl who bowled over me in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lithely like a half-mechanized mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat uneasy lope, her prosthetic legs clacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. I wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's just something akin to mine, and the nurse is oppressing the poor girl to jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health and his prompting me to do so. Even with things like being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape were merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on her last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over. Good morning. Your name is Hiseo, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she's remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy. I knocked you over in the hall yesterday. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emmy has a decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit out of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great! I'm not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right! Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What are you saying? I don't look like I could be a spy? No, this is more like a relief. I was afraid he would have someone to watch my every move, unless you are here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kind of lost around the track. So, why are you down here? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training! For what? Track? Ah, I see. You're on the track team then? Emmy nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know? I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure if I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know? It's true, I've never really got that much into soccer. I mean, I'd run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only reason I'd ever played. It wasn't for the glory or to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emmy seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What? Sure, I guess. Emmy seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. That was my motto when I ran track. I didn't do good in track. Oh no, you should always warm up. Bad Hiseo. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, I don't even have to stretch my legs. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple times, giving me a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go. So we both take off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly, hands spread, right? And something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than your heels. I try to match my stride to Emmy's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emmy could help me with that sometime. I'm really not feeling up for more than a couple of laps today, and slow to a walk pretty quickly. Emmy keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? I hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emmy nods and then grins at me a moment. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time, you just have to try and hold out a little longer. Hold out longer, and then longer, and then longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm gonna get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emmy shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I notice that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really. But I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hiseo. Yeah. See ya. I'm not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emmy said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect. Or something like that. It's nice at least to feel like I've taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform, trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. After taking a long shower anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the stall and put on my clothes. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears with the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent, and bursts through the fog. Oh God, no! No! Sup? What are you doing here? What the hell? You scared me. What's your problem?
I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean?
Oh, wait. What do you mean all over the place? I wanted to ask if he's been looking for me stark naked and hold my tongue back. I realized I'm still naked too and quickly holding my shirt in front of me, but Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. His glasses are fogged up, but then why didn't he wipe them off? His vision's so bad that he's perpetually seeing through fog?
You know, your room, and yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, I still had to get up, though. Whatever, it's not important. Can I borrow some money?
He puts on an innocent face and looks away, trying very hard to look very casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as a window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it feels even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't see me being naked. To say nothing on the fact that he's naked as well. Trying to brush that feeling off with little success. Money? Sure.
Awesome.
Wait, why do you need it?
Can't you just give it to me because I had the goodwill not to run through your pockets while you were in the shower? I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal.
That makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment since his thoughts were so clearly impure that his intentions are probably even more sinister since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him.
I'm offended, man, but if that's your game, then fine, I guess I have no choice. I wanted to order a pizza, and I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest.
I get some of that pizza too, right?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I would give you some, but you have class, you don't have time to eat pizza.
What about you?
I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you and the pizza, and they'll ask for a slice. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece. But then you're left pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before. That's how I know. Every day I plan my vengeance so that when the people who wronged me order a pizza, I'll be there, ever vigilant.
Kenji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony.
But yeah, I only need like 400 yen, please. You're my only hope. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far.
He's naked talking about pizza.
I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened last time I went out without carefully planning it out in advance. I was outside. Can't remember what I was doing. Something. Standing? Maybe. Wonder how I got there. And then out of nowhere it happened. Like a flash of lightning splitting the sky, like you split a sandwich in 2 equal pieces to make it more manageable to hold and eat. A bird crept to my head. It was the second most shocking moment of my life.
What was the first? He ignored me and kept going. I want to grab him, shake him. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely he just didn't hear me.
It was like in the openings of some kind of anime show, you know, where there's always some part in the main dude's fighting his rival and they fly at each other and clash swords and it's like a big dramatic colored auras and zoom. It was like that, but with poo.
Okay.
So yeah, I need some money, please. Don't leave me hanging, man. I only need like 1,000 yen.
I thought it was 400.
Okay.
What?
I'll pay you back, I swear.
You better. And that's not... That's what it means to borrow stuff.
I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back.
You have 1 week. Kenji winces, makes a noise like a dying cow. A particularly disturbing fact given the fact his baton is contacting freely.
You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Men have it bad enough as it is. Do you know what a...
Yeah.
Did you know that a male porn star only makes about half of that what a female porn star makes?
This is just more and more awkward. That doesn't mean anything unless you're a porn star.
So maybe I am a porn star on the side, struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda. They can't even spot me. Your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands. Nobody.
Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? This feminist agenda stuff again.
This stuff is important. I can see where you don't give a shit, but this is serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly, and they'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your... in your back. Out of nowhere.
How do you wake up in the morning if someone stabbed you in your sleep?
Women are terrible at that.
I thought you just said don't take them lightly. Why is he still naked?
Well, it means don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat. But if there was some kind of war, like a big war, men on one side, feminist forces on the other, it'd be pretty ugly. And a day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, mother."
It's written right there, but you get the point. And that's you're being ridiculous. Just a big worldwide feminist headquarter building where they would even hide that. I mean, it'd have to be massive. It couldn't hide on Earth. Someone would notice a big fortress with women only in it.
Who said it was on Earth?
I turned away from Kenji and started practicing frowning faces in the mirror so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. He can't see me from this distance anyway, which unfortunately means that he'll just keep on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility.
Yeah, there's war going on, a war not many know about, but that's a great one that one day will boil over and encompass all that is known world. Then it will have to pick sides and we'll have to make a stand. In fact, that's happening right now. Imagine it. The bloody battlefield of vicious conflict without end. I almost gave up when I thought the cause was silly. Then I grew tired of the bleakness of our fight. Then I mistook the time when power went from our feminist raid and blah, blah. My voice hurts. But then I realized that if I gave up, it would all be over. And it was like, whoa, I knew I had to get serious because at the last sane man in the insane world, it's about duty.
You must be a pretty crappy movement if it's all hinges on one naked guy ranting in a bathroom to another naked guy.
So, can I have the money?
He's blocking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked and I want to go out to go to class. I agree to spot on the money.
Awesome, thanks, dude. We should go bowling later on.
Bowling?
Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it also the manliest sport. Should I wear a pink bowling shirt with the matching shoes or a pastel green with flower accents?
There are bowling clothes?
Maybe.
Anyway, you better pay me back.
I can pay you back and stuff, right?
I don't have time to ask him to elaborate on what he means. I don't know. I have to get to class and you're in the way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up, and I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come.
No time for what?
I just like saying that. Okay, now, the time has really come.
For what?
I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it.
I was just going to, but what does that mean? It's a big bathroom.
So, I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure.
Okay, what if someone else comes in?
Dots. I'll think of something.
I give him my practice frown and looks kind of silly reflecting in his glasses. He either doesn't notice or doesn't see. Anyway, I get dressed and run back to my room feeling as though an eternity has passed since I woke up. Yeah, we're done. He's not naked anymore. Woohoo! I hope you enjoyed this episode with all of the Kenji involved. And I hope you all have a fantastic evening and all that great stuff. Favorite or like or comment if you enjoy Kenji's voice. And I'll keep doing it. But until then, have a fantastic evening.